Close to Thetford Forest and amid the Breckland district of heath and farmland lies the ancient town of Brandon in West Suffolk. More famously associated with flint knapping and early industry with prehistoric roots, Brandon consists today largely of spawning housing estates with an ancient core of housing and shops at its centre. One such property is Ozzie's Metaphysical at 49 High Street, which trades in gifts and esoteric oddities and has been run since 2019 by Eve and Gary Osbourne. The modern fronted shop belies an earlier timber-framed and ancient interior, where over the many years it has been a home and shop premises for many businesses. As will be explained by Gary, both he and his business partner wife, Eve, have experienced many strange and paranormal events since opening. It first rose to attention when reported by the news, and was subsequently filmed by a reality TV paranormal show based in the UK. Our visit was an attempt to capture any activity which may explain or rationalise some of the phenomena, and what a weird night it transpired to be. And with me is the owner of the shop, Gary Osbourne, who is going to tell me about some very strange occurrences since he took over the shop 2.5 years ago.
One day, just in front of the door here, we had a set of bells hanging. I was actually just the other side of them, unpacking a box from a delivery, and the bells just sort of came crashing down behind me. We've had quite a few things like sort of falling off shelves randomly, like sort of feelings of things, almost exactly where you're standing. Actually, sometimes I as I'm walking past there, I just get the urge to cry. We've heard like sort of knocks and like sort of people moving about. There was one point I actually phoned the estate agents for the flat above us to complain about the noise, and they informed me that there was no one living there at the time. We've had a few investigators in over the last couple of years who've like sort of noticed certain things here and there. The biggest, and I think that's where most of the things knocked off, because it doesn't feel angry or anything. It feels playful.
Yeah.
It's a little boy and little girl who hang around the fireplace.
Is that something you've experienced yourself, in the sense that you know it's a little boy and girl? Or is it what other people feel?
It just feels playful.
You just get the feel. Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't feel malicious or anything like that.
But no, I mean, when we talk about poltergeist activity, it can range from the little things that you've spoken about to something much more physical, heavy objects being flung across the room, that kind of thing. So it's somebody that's obviously got an affinity, a connection with this particular shop. And I can see that you've got a number of childlike dolls. Have they been played around with? Do you?
Those ones haven't been touched actually, but we have just under there. That's those we actually bought specifically for Rosie and Ben. So yeah, we bought those there, and if you see just behind there is a little plaque that was hanging up here, and they kept turning it round. So we assumed we'd go home one day, come back, and it'd be turned the other way around. So we'd assume that they liked it, so we kept it for them.
And just coming back to the bells that came down. Obviously, anyone who sees the video would immediately think, well, obviously there was a weak link, and that's why it broke. But apparently not so, from what you were telling me.
I put them up myself. I know exactly where they came from. And there was, you can see in the video, it does actually look like they were pulled.
Obviously, they didn't like the bells then.
No, I don't actually think that was the children. That one didn't feel playful at all. There was another spirit called Jeremiah. Mm-hmm. He was here. He actually attached himself to my wife to the point where she was actually petrified of being in the shop on her own. Wouldn't be in the shop after dark.
So have you cleansed the shop of Jeremiah?
Yeah, we've had Jeremiah removed.
And so we're really essentially left with the children and perhaps other friendly spirits.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully we'll find out a bit more this evening, so that's really, really good. So I'm looking forward very much to the investigation. It's certainly an interesting location, and it is a beautiful building, so I really do appreciate you being here for us to allow us to investigate this place. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Okay, that was an interesting introduction there from Gary on the psychic history of this shop. The phenomena that he's seen and witnessed, particularly on the CCTV, is, to say the very least, engaging. So what we're going to do now is a night cam session. Eddie's got his night cam and he's going to cover one end of the shop and I'm going to cover the other. And between us, hopefully, we should be able to pick up some interesting activity. The night investigation didn't reveal any light anomalies nor any EVP, but save for the feelings and sensations that were felt by all investigators. In this abridged clip, I share some of the highlights of the night shoot with Pat and Michael.
Stand here, Chris. You get really heady there and dizzy.
Yeah, I felt this when I was here earlier.
Cold and I got heady. And
Yeah, it was cold here.
Michael was dizzy as well. Yeah, it's definitely freezing out here. Cold spot here.
What you feel? What else have you felt?
Neck ache, headache and dizzy. Like we went like that.
Lightheadedness.
Like that, yeah.
Yeah. That's
Just
what I was feeling.
there for a few
I'm
minutes
feeling
and
that in the
feel it.
back.
You're feeling it in the corner as well.
Yeah, in the back, yeah.
And Michael was getting dizzy as well.
Michael's on the camera. He's the guy that no one's ever going to see very much. But what are you feeling, Michael?
Yeah, I felt really dizzy. Very lightheaded. And I was swaying backwards and forward.
Yeah, that's what I was going like that, whoosh, like that.
Like a head pounder right at the top of the head.
Right there.
I feel it's like a draining energy.
Yeah, it's using our energy.
Yeah.
It's draining us.
I feel like I'm being drained.
Yeah.
In a way, it could be a good thing because that means it could generate activity.
Yeah.
Someone's over here. Definitely a female. It's definitely a female energy here.
Is there children around here?
Yeah, around the fireplace.
Oh yeah, that's definitely children.
There's definitely a female form here.
Yeah. Probably the mother and the children.
You've gone very blurry on the camera, Chris.
Yeah, sometimes it tries to focus in on the light, and it's
That's what I think it's
it can be an indicator of paranormal activity.
There. Did you say there was something there?
It was very blurry for a minute. Now it's focused up.
Oh.
So I'm standing near the fireplace, Chris.
Stand near the fireplace?
Yeah, with the dolls.
Yeah, you can feel there's quite a strong energy draw here.
Yeah. Are there any children here with us?
There's two toys down there for the children, which we featured earlier.
Oh.
Yeah, a boy and a girl.
Yeah.
Let's get a shot in the light vision of them.
The doors are going.
See, this ties into when it was a house. This would have been a house originally.
Yeah, it was a house, wasn't it?
It's a good quality building because of the grooming on the things. Because the cheaper ones were just plain heavy, big chunks of wood. That cost money to have that car.
So they were from a wealthy family then, a well-to-do family?
Yeah, relatively speaking. Yeah, I would have thought so. But this fireplace, it's a warm energy. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not one that's. It's not one that you can feel that really strongly impacting on you in the corner. But here, it's just a warm,
really
gentle
dizzy.
energy.
I feel really dizzy.
Yeah, I'm feeling lightheaded as I'm wandering around in here. Obviously, Michael's experiencing something like that. You are. I am.
I'm looking at the camera here, right forward.
Oh yeah.
Don't knock it off the shelf.
Come forward.
When you move any light, it's just
Wow,
Spirit
there's a big
here.
lift in energy
Yeah.
here. Big lift. Very, very strong.
I feel a bit sick now.
No, it feels powerful.
maybe Gary.
It's not. I don't feel dizzy now. I feel
Just in front of
charged with this energy. I'm also drawn to the door as well. And again, just for the camera, doors are always very, very good places in the past for capturing any kind of phenomena because they're crossing places.
And stairs as well.
Stairs as well, yeah. Oh yeah, Pat, come here. Come by the door. And it's a funny smell as well. Like, oh gosh, what was that stuff? Snuff.
Oh yeah.
It's like it really is a transient energy here. But I'm not seeing anybody in the sense of a physical being in my mind's eye. I'm not seeing that at all. I'm just feeling energy.
Yeah, energy, yeah.
I think in this shop, in the early hours of the morning, I think probably about 3 or 4 in the morning,
Yeah,
I think that's when the real power comes out.
What time is it now? Was it about 11?
It's probably about 10 o'clock.
10, yeah. Yeah, probably in the early hours of the morning you'll feel a lot more.
There's a moon here and we wait across the town.
It's interesting because there's nothing negative here at all.
No, it doesn't feel negative, does it? It just feels like there's an energy.
There's definitely a power here,
Yeah.
but it's a very gentle power.
And it's making us feel dizzy and headachy.
And yet I did feel that, but I'm not feeling that now. I'm feeling charged by it. You know, invigorated.
Yeah.
It's got a bell above your head as well.
Is that where the bell
That's where the bell.
Yeah, the bell was hanging from up
And it's
there.
not there no more.
Yeah, this is quite a...
Oh, I need to I got really dizzy then.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, oh, my head up.
No, I just got a very strong draw of energy here. Is that... Stand over here, Pat, and just tell me what you're feeling.
Feels like something's draining me.
Yeah.
Like you're saying,
But it's quite strong by that door,
Yeah.
but not strong in a physical form.
No.
It's just like an energy that just permeates through this. And definitely a funny smell there as well.
It's an energy. It's making me sway. You know, it's like
Like you're on a ship.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That's what it feels like. You're swaying.
Yeah. Which my time with the mannequin that was standing on its own.
So what happened to the mannequin? It was standing on its
But
own.
it has to lean against the wall because it can't stand on its own 2 feet. And they found the mannequin standing upright on the floor. He videoed it,
Oh, that's interesting.
which you can see in this clip here.
Yeah.
Now I'm feeling an elderly man, big, broad whiskers, you know those big, heavy
Yeah.
whiskers they had. What do they call them? Mutton chop type whiskers.
Oh, sideburns like.
Yeah, sideburns, and a really nice grey, quite elegant moustache that sweeps up just like this a little bit, and it ties to these mutton chop sideburns.
Yeah.
And he's got quite an oval face.
Yeah.
And it's a man who's probably in his 60s, maybe older, but very kindly, twinkly eyes is the impression I'm getting. And he's wearing an apron. He's wearing an apron and a white shirt. And his sleeves are turned up at the collars,
Yeah.
at the cuffs rather.
Can I get you back in that corner just because it's struggling to adjust?
Oh,
Yeah.
it's not
Just because of the light in the background.
And it's back behind me again.
Feels really weird.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I know Michael's the cameraman, but I want Michael to step out briefly and stand here and I'll film him
Yeah,
and you
okay.
two together. You grab that, mate.
Yes. Cheers.
Does it feel the same as me?
Tell me, Michael, what are you feeling there?
Straight away, a head, like a heavy head, straight away.
Mm-hmm.
I feel a bit sweaty, like not me doing it on my own. Sort of just automatically swaying backward and forward.
Yeah, that's what I was getting over there. I nearly fell over. I was like that. It's a very strong energy.
Very strong energy. I wouldn't say it's happy and joyful.
It's quite a strong energy here. Do you feel like you're being drained, Michael?
I do, yeah.
Yeah,
feel like I'm
I
being
feel
drained.
drained.
And Pat?
Yeah, I feel very drained.
Some strange feelings in this shop, isn't there?
There is.
But it's not. It's innocuous.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
not a
it's
negative
not.
energy.
Mm. It's not there to make a statement. It's
No. But there's definitely something in this shop.
anyone in this shop area, or as it used to be, a lounge area. Could you tell me who you are, please? Could you say something? The kindly gentleman that I saw. I would really love to know.
Feels like there's a pressure
Mm.
on my ears.
My head and shoulders.
my head and shoulders and my ears, like you when you're on an aeroplane, or that pressure
Yeah,
in
you
your
get
ears.
heavy pressure. Very draining.
I'm not sure, it may have been my imagination, but I thought I saw a very faint flash, very, very faint flash between you both.
I feel like I'm being sort of pulled down.
You feel like you're being pulled down?
Like someone's sort of holding on to me,
A
pulling
weight,
me down.
a weight
yeah,
on you,
like
yeah.
I feel
That's what you feel
heavy.
like. You feel a weight. Is anyone here? Can you touch one of us, please?
Can you do this, please? It's me.
Are you happy for us to be here?
We can feel your presence around us.
Just stay there, I'm just going to walk around with the camera and I'll come back to you both. Oh, it's a funny smell again.
What's it smell of? You said snuff, was it?
Yeah, well, it's kind of perfume, but it's not perfumed. It's a funny sort of smell, and and just occasionally it smells a bit off.
Yeah. It might be the man that you picked up.
Possibly, yeah, it might be the gentleman. But I'm not picking up or feeling anybody from way back when this was built, when it was a house.
What, recently?
This is during its period of being used as a shop.
Yeah.
And principally, I suppose, looking at the brickwork at the back, it kind of suggests to me that it was altered probably in the early part or just before Queen Victoria.
Yeah.
So late William IV, early Victorian. I mean, for the camera, just to let you know, because it is a shop, we're on a very busy high street, so you can probably hear traffic driving backwards and forwards and clanking noises, which is a car going over a drain cover.
Seen any more flashes? Chris?
No, nothing at all. And I mean, just to underscore what I saw, I'm not entirely sure that I did,
Yeah.
but the impression, it was very faint.
Right.
Again, until I review the videotape, I won't know what's there. Go over to where Gary picked up this sadness, which is, as you follow me,
Okay.
he was standing here. So where I'm standing, if you stand there,
Yeah.
I'll come back to you. Now where you're standing is where Gary felt this overpowering sense of sadness.
Yeah.
Could you give us a sign, please? Could you make a noise, or could you say something to the camera? Now, I've just seen a flash of light behind you, but that was definitely a car going up the high street, so I'm not entirely sure that the flash that I saw wasn't associated with that. Although, to be fair, the flash I saw was in front of you, and the traffic is behind you.
I can smell something now.
Yeah, you're picking up that scent.
That
Yeah,
smell.
yeah.
Oh, that's strange.
Yeah, I picked that up very
Can
quickly.
you smell it? Like or something?
Nothing yet, no.
Yeah, it's not the smell that way. It wasn't over there. It's just here.
Yeah,
Smell it.
yeah. I smelt it over towards the door,
Yeah.
and then I picked it up as I was walking towards the front of the shop. It's kind of ambient.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll pass the camera back, Michael. You come over here, and I'll stand with Pat and see whether or not something does draw through from there. Cheers, thank you.
Cheers.
It's a bit cold rather than now.
Someone's-
Yeah, I felt the.
Yeah.
No, I felt like a chill go down my body.
There. Cold, right?
It's almost like you get
Oh,
goosebumps.
it's cold.
No, I'm not warm as well, sometimes.
Okay, I'm standing in this spot where Gary felt a terrible sadness, and with Pat. And are you feeling anything?
I just got the smell and feeling cold. I haven't got the scent.
What was the smell?
It was like a piney smell.
Oh right, like
I think-
disinfectant.
Yeah, sort of like that.
Mm.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, disinfectant. It smelled like.
May have been used as a pharmacy at one point.
It could have been, because we don't know, do we, about
No,
the shop.
we've got no
The
idea
shop.
of its past.
I just felt when I arrived that it might have been a bakery, but I don't know. I just
I actually
came to
get the
my-
impression actually it was a clothing shop at one point.
Oh, it could have been. Yeah. The draperies, they used to
Yeah,
call it, didn't they?
drapers.
Drapers, yeah.
Yeah. Which might explain why mannequin, which can't physically stand on its own, was standing on its own.
So where was that mannequin from? What?
That's,
They're just
well, it's,
found it.
it's just something they brought in when they stopped the
Oh,
shop
right.
out. I'm going to pop next door and see what the guys
Oh,
get on with.
okay. We'll just walk around in here.
Yeah. It's weird. I felt the same. It was all shivery
Yeah.
when I stood there.
What, you felt shivery too?
Yeah, like goosebumps went all up my body.
Yeah, I felt really cold standing here.
Yeah, I felt really sort of overpowered
there.
on that end.
Definitely feel
Yeah.
bad headaches there. I said that smells, I can't smell it now. I smelled it. It's gone. It did smell like a cleaning stuff, like disinfectant or
Yeah.
wine.
What is that? Yeah,
Hmm?
nice.
Alright, Michael, we're going to bring the K2 up into the corner there. In fact,
Yeah.
we'll get Pat to talk to it and see if that will, a woman talking to it will make a difference. Do you want to actually put it down there, Eddie, and get Pat, you come forward and ask some questions.
It
Try-
is electrics, Chris.
It is. Oh
Yeah.
right, it's way off the
When I
floor.
lift it up here,
Yeah.
it's nothing. When I put it down here, and then go yellow.
Hang on a minute, I've not got that on film, so hang on. Let me just do that again. Say it again.
When we got here, it's just a 2, and when I can't bring it down, I go yellow.
Yeah, so it's electrics. Yeah, we weren't getting any credible responses, were we?
So obviously there's something underneath the shop that's gone through probably to another shop.
We'll take it to the front of the shop because that appears to be quite a strong door there.
Okay.
And we'll see what we get there.
Oh, in that corner again.
In the corner, yeah.
What do you get in that corner again? That corner.
In here,
Yeah. Or there. See what you're getting.
grab. It's all over.
Yeah, I think that's electrics again. Oops, way out of focus
Yeah.
there.
If you look,
There are
Hang on,
sockets there, not in use, but there's sockets just the other side of the wall which are in use.
Yeah.
look, we've got yellow light. Bring it up. Oh, hello. It's kept on yellow this time.
Well, then you're right underneath the strip lights as well.
Everything's still denotes electricity in me.
It's difficult. That's the problem with K2s.
Like
There
put
could be
that
so many
side
different
there.
sources.
Like that.
If you were doing this in the middle of a field,
Look at this.
mm, yeah, it keeps alternating in flashes, doesn't it?
Yeah. If I turn it to the side, it's just the green lights. Oh, flash that one. So,
I think on this occasion, I think we can eliminate the K2.
I think we can. I think that's definitely electrics. But obviously something that that's unknown to Gary, which has gone from probably one shop to another. But then again, would they do it underneath the actual shop?
Well, it depends who owns all the properties. If this shop is owned by the shop next door, then the owner of both buildings is going to have continuity of electrical supplies, obviously to different meters, but
Interesting, though.
yeah, no, it's interesting, definitely. And then you've got people above. There could be mains cabling, which is connecting the flat above.
That's actually in here. That's gone nigh on right to the top. Maybe before I got to here, in the other room, and the yellow light was off.
Yeah.
It went until I got to about there. The yellow light come on.
Yeah, so it's we can't really rule on that. Okay.
I think we really needed to go red. So I think you're right. I mean, it's as we can say, but it just seems strange that there should just be one light on the sideways on, then it comes to yellow straight on. Still gone up right to the top. I wonder what happened. That's not gone any higher, is it?
No, no.
Pat, can you come here?
Yeah.
You're looking more edge on what I am. Can you put that to the floor?
For this. Okay.
Yeah. Well, if any more lights had come on, or
Yeah, it's a
that's
solid
just them
amber
solid
light.
three, isn't it? So it's stronger in here than what it
It
is
is.
in there.
Well, the other two diodes could be the light being emitted from the bright red diode flashing through the other two.
I think we can say it's electrics
Yeah.
underneath.
Yeah, it's an electric, is it?
Okay, well, let me just hand the camera back to you, Eddie.
Okay.
You able to hold that?
You hold that for a second for Eddie to get sorted. And then Michael. We've had an interesting session here, but I mean, certainly the K2 was showing alleged anomalies, which obviously we don't know what is running underneath the floors here, because there could be cabling put in by the actual owner of the building. And this shop was once part of two shops, and I'm not sure if they're still owned by the same person. So there could be a lot of electrical work that people aren't aware of, but we can't say for sure either way. But there's an inconsistency in the responses which suggests that perhaps it is an electrical installation. But on the other side of the coin, we've had some interesting responses just wandering around inside the shop, reported to me by Eddie and by Gary, and of course by Pat and Michael. So I think that from my point of view, I've certainly picked up on certain energies in here. I found it interesting and rewarding. So what we're going to do very shortly, I think we need to reach out further and have a ghost box session to see whether or not we can touch in with the spirits that manifest inside this fascinating building. We're now live on not only Facebook, but we're actually about to start the ghost box session. So we've got 2 cameras at the moment. Pat's holding the GoPro and Mike is on the main Canon camera, which we're going to record the session with. And of course, looking down at the device, we have a Sony camera which is recording the activity from the ghost box. So we've covered it from every possible angle. And at the moment, Eddie is actually going to start the first session. So are you ready, Eddie?
Yeah, I'm ready.
I'll stand back.
I is ready. Hello. My name is Eddie. Could you tell me what your name is, please? Something there, but I didn't quite hear.
Stand behind the
I
camera.
didn't quite hear what your name is. What was your name? Well, that's alright. Sorry about that. Have you, are you actually at the shop here? Were you a shop owner?
Yes.
Yes.
Hello, sir. What were you doing here at the time? What were you selling?
Go through a few trays, Eddie.
I only got 10 minutes. Just want to see if I can come through with anything. Did you do bakery? Do you have clothes?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Clothes.
Clothes. Oh, that's very good. I'm sure you had a good turnout of people used to coming in here. We've got some real nasty stuff at the moment. All we got is mostly it's food shops. Is there anybody else? Sorry?
Can you sit down, Eddie? It'll be more comfortable. You'll be closer to the ghost box as well. There we go.
Do you enjoy working here? I'm sure there's quite a few people had their clothes fitted here. Did you enjoy your work? You did. Excellent. I keep getting these tickles and that all over the place. It's really strange.
Yeah.
What year did you have the clothes shop here? Are you aware of other friends that you have in the shop? The children? Have you seen me before?
think I heard something there.
Yeah, it sounded like yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I pop in there.
Oh,
I don't know what that
that
was.
was a loud yes, wasn't it?
I pop in every so often. Do you enjoy the people that come in here? A little bit different to you, isn't it? When you were here. Is there any children here? What did you say the child was? Ben?
Ben and Rosie.
Is Ben here? How about Rosie? Is she here? Do you enjoy seeing all the different people coming in? Still coming into the shop?
Yeah. That sounded like a child.
Definitely adult.
It sounded like she said yes.
Yeah, it's definitely adult that said that. Did you live in Brandon? Or should I say, are you from Brandon originally?
Let's switch round a bit for now. Try Pat, see if a female will draw out something, Eddie. I'll take the camera.
Here we go, Pat.
I'll take you one sort of chair to sit on, isn't it? Hello, I'm Pat. Can you tell me your name, please? Did you live here in this place when it was a house? Or a bakery? Did you have nice cakes? I like cakes. Can you tell us your name, please? How many spirits are there here? 8. Did they say something?
I'm not quite sure what was picked up there.
Can you repeat that again? How many spirits are there in this shop? Do you like it being a metaphysical shop? Or do you prefer it as a clothes shop? Are there any children here? Or is there a lady there? What's the name's Ben and Rosie, is it? Is that the name? Is Ben there? Ben or Rosie? Are you there, Rosie? Do you like us being here?
Oh, there was a response there.
Yeah, there's like, is that a man? I can hear a man. Would you like to speak to me, please? Is that Ben? Is that you, Ben?
No, it's somebody else.
Somebody else?
Mm.
Can you tell us your name, please, the person who just spoke? Sounds like a young man. Is it a young guy?
I got the impression it was a guy, and he's, I don't know, he's 30s, 40s.
Oh, are
maybe
you the
50s.
man who was in the shop earlier? What he picked up on? I think what else I can ask them. Anything else that's been here?
Well, we spoke about children.
Yeah,
and
children, the clothes shop, bakery.
you could ask who took the bells down.
Oh yeah, was it you who took the bells down?
No.
No, it wasn't you then. Oh. Do you know who took the bells down? Who ripped the bells down when Gary was in the shop? Do you know who did that? Was it you who threw the things off the shelves? Do you like us being here? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, you do like us being here. That's nice. Because I like being here too. It's a lovely shop. Do you like the things that's being sold here? I bought some nice things today. Can you tell us your name? My name's Pat. Can you tell me your name? I said something.
Say Eve.
It's good.
Eve.
Yeah.
Eve.
Oh,
That's my wife.
Yeah, that's your wife's name. They said Eve. I heard it was Eve. Are you looking for Eve? Oh, that's really strange. They said Eve.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be, or it could be someone called Eve in spirit. That's the thing. You need.
No, just too much of a coincidence.
Ask-
Like Gary's wife's called
Yeah,
Eve.
I mean, you need to confirm that either way. So ask, are you Eve? Are you an Eve in spirit, or are you asking for Eve,
Could
Gary's
be.
wife?
Eve.
Eve.
He's saying it. It's a
No.
man. It's a man.
Yeah.
Are you related to Eve? Yes. He said yes. Oh, can you tell me your name, please? So I can tell Eve. He sounded quite.
How is he related to Eve?
You might be. Are you related to Eve? Are you a relation of Eve's? Have you got a message that we can pass on to her?
Gary's listening, you can say.
Okay, Gary, her husband, is listening. Would you like us to pass on a message?
Yeah, it's very faint. They need to speak up a bit more.
Yeah, if you can speak up a bit more, please. Can you speak up louder? Would you like to talk to somebody else? Do you want to speak?
Yeah, okay.
See if you can get any more.
It's my turn now. My name is Chris, and I've listened to the conversation thus so far, particularly about Eve and the gentleman that was asking for Eve, and apparently your relation. Could you tell me your name, sir, please? There's something there. The communication is very, very quiet from what we can hear. Obviously, when I'm recording this, and when I check it back later, I should be able to hear with more clarity, but if it's possible, and I know it's very difficult for you to do this, if you could generate more energy to make it louder, and if necessary, I mean, please feel free, if necessary, to draw energy from any one of us to help draw through your energy much more strongly. Now, the thing that I wish to talk about was a gentleman that I got an impression of who had a very fine moustache, and he had, I believe, like sleeves over his shirt sleeves, like black drapered sleeves, and he had a very fine, perfectly cut moustache, and he had twinkling eyes, and he looked like he was a very friendly gentleman. I get the impression that this is connected to its use here, the shop that is, when it was either a draper or haberdasher or, you know, just a clothes shop. Are you here, sir, please? Did you say Mike? Somebody's talking, but it's very, very quiet. I thought I heard Mike. Was that correct, sir? I appreciate that you've probably spoken to a number of people here on prior occasions, and I do accept that it might be a bit of a draw for you, a bit boring perhaps for you to want to communicate more openly, but I really do come here in love, light and peace, and I really do not mean you any harm or offence. I'm just trying to open a bridge of communication, because I'm also a historian and I'm interested very much in the history of this shop, and I'm trying to reach out for anybody in the past who were connected to the shop who are still here in spirit. Is there anybody who wishes to speak to me, please? Yes, thank you. And what is your name, please? Yeah, you're very faint. I did hear a female voice, a lady's voice. Did anybody work here when this shop was used to sell clothing? Was that yes? Yes. Now the clothing aspect of this shop is what seems to be the strongest draw for me. Yes, thank you. Was it men's and ladies' clothing that you sold? Could you answer yes or no, please? Eddie.
It's either Eddie or Baby.
Eddie came through again.
Like
Did you hear that?
Eddie thinks it sounded like Baby.
No, I heard Eddie. Did someone... Eddie! Or Baby. Did someone say Baby? Could you say yes or no, please? Does somebody want a baby? Or is somebody calling for Eddie? Could you repeat that, please? Eddie.
I did sound like Eddie that time.
Yeah.
Hello.
Eddie is here, and just for those of you at home on Facebook, we've been to a number of investigations where somebody attached to Eddie comes through very, very strongly on the PSB7. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to break away briefly and get Eddie to come back and sit down and have a contact session with the person who is calling Eddie. It's certainly been very interesting so far.
Are you a relative of mine? A relation?
Yes.
What relative of you or mine?
Was that Dad?
I didn't hear. What relative are you of mine? Do you like me? Have you seen me out of the ghost pants and you enjoyed me? What relative are you of mine? Are you an aunt? Were you a neighbour? Are you a guide? Spirit guide? So I'd love to know how you know me as a relative, or whether you've seen me on other ghost hunts. Can I ask how you know me? Are you a lady that I once knew, who lived by me? Is your name Leslie? Is your name Nellie? I'd love to know how you know me. I'm guessing you must be a relative. Could you tell me how you know me? How do you know me? Can you tell me how you know me? I haven't heard from you for quite some time. Are you my family member? My original family? Are you happy to be talking to me? What is it you would like to ask me? What would you like to ask me? don't know what it is, but I'm feeling overwhelming sadness. It's really, really coming pretty heavy with sadness.
I thought it was someone said dad.
I didn't hear that. It's a woman speaking. I feel pretty certain of that.
Yeah. I think the only thing I can ask is why do you just keep repeating my name and not tell me anything?
Yeah, how could you imagine?
That'd be a good question.
Why do you keep repeating my name but not asking me anything? I'd like to know more about because I'd like to know more about you and how you know me. Whether you're a relative. Or a friend. I'll ask again, is your name Leslie?
He's going to keep saying your name.
Take my card out, Mark.
I'll ask, are you a spirit guide? Are you a child?
That's why we have two cameras.
Are you a lady?
You might hold him up. Yeah,
Are you a woman?
somebody else there.
What was that? I couldn't quite hear you. Oh, my head is aching like mad at the moment.
I think they're going to start break. They're going to break at some point and tell you what they're trying to say. Ask if they're trying to warn you.
Sorry?
Ask if they're trying to warn you about something.
Are you trying to warn me about anything?
Yes. Did you hear this?
Sound like it.
Well,
What is it you're thinking about warning me about? What is it you're trying to warn me about? It's not quite so much of Eddie this time, as more as you say, sort of like that.
it's definitely Eddie,
Where
right?
before, yeah, it is, but where beforehand, that was a right proper Eddie.
But yeah, it builds up slowly, if you remember.
Yeah, indeed.
When we were at Borough Castle, we had a much fuller session.
Yeah. Is it good to be back so you can see me again? You haven't spoken to me before.
I just might stop saying Eddie.
So strange, isn't it? I know what's happening. They're not letting any other spirits in.
Oh, I know.
That's what's happening. So basically, what happened is this one has took over, and it's not letting any other spirits through.
To the camera. It's certainly been a very interesting session here tonight. But all we're getting is repetitively Eddie's name, constantly Eddie, 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 and we're not actually drawing through with the earlier spirits. Again, I mean, I can realise that a lot of people watching this video will think, this is incredible. Somebody is reaching out to Eddie by constantly repeating his name. And on one previous occasion, they actually referenced his full name, as you can hear in this clip. Your name, please. There is nothing to be feared, nothing to be worried for. Somebody was talking then. I could hear you then, sir, but you need to speak up a bit more, please.
Did you just say Eddie Mallet?
I thought it was, yeah, I thought I heard Eddie Mallet. We think, and we could be wrong of course, we think we heard the voice of someone say Eddie Mallet. If so, who is calling Eddie Mallet? Now, I would tell you now, none of us have given our full names. But for this purpose of this session, we're not reaching out to the spirits of this building. Apart from somebody who was asking for Eve and somebody connected with the clothing side of the business. So really, from my point of view, it's getting late. So we're going to wrap up this session. I'm going to turn off the ghost box and we're going to call it a night.
Right, we just had a new delivery in of clothing. I was bringing the dummy out to like redress it to put it in the window. I dropped it right here, and it stayed standing even though there's no possible way it could stand because it's stood on tiptoes. The wife came out and she was jumping around trying to make it fall, and it wouldn't. I redressed it, and since I redressed it, it won't stand up at all, so we've got it sort of balanced up against the...
And we have this wonderful clip that you captured of that event, of the dummy, which is defying gravity, but the fact that it cannot support itself, and yet it's there standing firmly, and despite reverberations on the floorboards, it still stands firm. And as you can see, this is quite an amazing clip. Has anything happened since then?
Not that I've noticed since then. So
just that one-off incident?
Yeah, there's a possibility that other stuff has happened, but we haven't caught it on camera. I haven't noticed it, so... You know.
Well, anyway, can I say to you, thank you very much, Gary, for hosting this tonight. I'm truly grateful, and I've really enjoyed your company. You're a very genuine, honest person, which is a real pleasure for me, and I think we can say the same for the rest of the group.
Absolutely.
And we hope in the future perhaps to come back at another time, and hopefully Eddie's ghosts will let us know why they want to speak to Eddie. Anyway, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And thank you to you, Pat.
Thank you for taking us here.
And what have you, I mean, we've discussed what you felt here tonight. Have you enjoyed the investigation?
I have, very much so, yeah.
Brilliant. And over to Eddie. And yourself, apart from the ghost box session, which is weird, isn't it?
It's totally crazy, isn't it? They're just not letting us know anything apart from Eddie. And that's it. And I'm very sorry, but I feel as though I've took over the show again. But yeah, today, as I've still got it now, as quite a strong headache. And been sort of like have aches and that. But as soon as I go through into the other room, I'm getting tickles to the face. And that, where before that was a little bit on the sore side on my hip. I didn't get that this time, just the actual tickle.
So overall, it's been really interesting.
It's been very, very interesting indeed.
And
thoroughly enjoyed it.
Well, thank you for that, Eddie. And finally, very quickly, over to the man who made the magic on the camera.
Yeah, but I absolutely love
that lighting panel
turn it off.
Because it's flickering.
I've had an absolutely lovely investigation tonight, so thank you for inviting me to film the documentary.
Well, thank you very much indeed, mate. I mean, without your help, we would have been floundering. So I really do appreciate you being here tonight. Thank you. Well, it's time for me to make my long journey back to Essex, and I've thoroughly enjoyed this experience, and I've certainly touched in with a number of anomalies that have happened here. Unfortunately, we didn't get any poltergeist activity, and as far as I'm aware at this stage, although of course you would see before me, I'm not sure whether I saw a light anomaly flash over Eddie and Pat, but again, it's something which is I'm looking forward to finding out for myself when I review the videotape, which I can assure you will take me some time to get through. But regardless, thank you very much for joining this particular event. Absolutely loved it. Thank you.